Alright guys, good morning. What's going on? It's old Jimbo here from Team Country Boys Outdoors. Coming to you this morning. Going to jump a little bit ahead. We're not going to get too far ahead in our self-preparedness episode series. But this came, so I wanted to go ahead and put it on film. We're going to do a unboxing of a Taurus PT111. It's a Millennium G2. And so we're going to unbox this firearm for you on camera and see how it comes. Now I do want to say this isn't the first time I've opened the package. Obviously, when I had it transferred to my FFL dealer, I did open it there before I left to make sure everything was legit. The gun was in fact new. There was no problems with the firearm as far as missing components or features or everything that the item was described before shipping. Make sure everything was the way it was supposed to be. But for you guys, this is the unboxing of the firearm. So without any further ado, we're going to open up the Taurus PT111. So this is pretty much exactly the way it came. The only difference is that you're gonna see, not that you'll see here that was anything different, was the gun did have cellophane wrapping, and the slide was locked with a kind of a safety key, and I'll show you that safety key. As a matter of fact, it's still in the box. But first things first is your PT111 Millennium G2 instruction manual, and that's always good to have. Lots of good information and resources in here for you to read, and you should read it regardless if you're a new shooter or you're a seasoned veteran shooter. You should read it to familiarize yourself with your new firearm. The next thing you see out of it is it comes with their lifetime repair policy. It gives you the information there, gives you their address, their phone number, and the fax number. First thing you do want to do is make sure you record your model and serial number, not just for these purposes, but for purposes of theft if something were to happen to your firearm. And then on the back it'll give you an explanation of all the warranty entails. And then a cool thing that I didn't know anything about until I opened the package was the Taurus, on behalf of Taurus, and the courtesy of purchasing a firearm for them, you get a free 1-year NRA membership. Now, some people might not think that's a big deal, and that's fine, but I was real excited about that on account of I've been putting off of joining the NRA, but I did now because I got a free membership for a year, and that's a $40 value because that's what it costs, is $40 for a year's membership. And, you know, it'll give you a little code to put in if you were to purchase a Taurus, and anybody want to try to use that code, go right ahead because I already activated it. But you'll just go to their website, enter in the information, and in 3 to 6 weeks you'll get some benefits and information, some credentials, some logos. You get a magazine choice to choose from. I think it's 4 or 5 of them, and you pick which one you want, and then they'll send it to you. Now I did get an email yesterday what said be on the lookout for some important information regarding my activated membership through the NRA. But before we go any further, if you're not a member of the NRA and you're not planning on purchasing a Taurus, go ahead and spend $40 and become a member to help protect our Second Amendment rights. Very important. So without any further ado, like that feller says on that pizza commercial about the cell phones, we're going to take a look at the Taurus PT111 Millennium G2. Now in this series there does a PT140, that is a 40 caliber firearm. This is the PT111 chambered in 9mm. it comes with 2 standard magazines with a pinky grip on them, and I really liked that when I first saw it. It's got that pinky grip, and that's just a little extra incentive for me that I really like that. So it comes with 2 of those. One of them you see obviously I do have loaded, and one that I do not, just for purpose of the camera. 2 magazines with 2 pinky grip extensions. Obviously you'll want to go out and buy some more. Now for the firearm itself, first of all I want to make sure that the firearm is on safety, and it is, and there's nothing in the magazine housing. But just to check, we'll go ahead and show you the slide catch and just inspect the weapon to make sure that it is in fact unloaded, and it is. Now let's talk about some of the parts and the features on the Millennium G2. We'll just start from the bottom. Obviously the magazine goes here, and what I'll do is I'll install this empty mag just to give you a look at how the pinky grip on it works, or how it looks. So you have your magazine, and then on the grip handle you have some really aggressive stippling. I really like this. It's not too much, but it's aggressive enough that when you're holding this weapon, you definitely can feel that it is not going anywhere in your hand. If you were to become a little bit sweaty or get some moisture in your palm, there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that you would be able to grip this firearm without any issues. Moving up, like I say, you have the manual safety. Manual safety. Obviously the red dot means that it's hot. Click it up. Now the gun will not rack or fire when it's in the safety mode. Disengage it. The red dot becomes visible. The gun is hot. Right beside that is the slide catch that I just showed you a while ago. And then we'll move right here to the magazine release. And this gun is the magazine is just it's not loose whatsoever, but it's just enough play in it that it makes for an absolute smooth release. And just doing this with 2 hands on video, you can see it's such a smooth transaction from being engaged to disengaging it. It's a very smooth transaction through the gun. The ergonomics is very nice. When you do rack your slide, you feel like you have an amazing grip on it. It's not anything that's hard to pull back. Possum was able to pull back on it with no problem. So you have good ergonomics built in. Moving forward, you have your trigger safety. Obviously there's a little play in there before your trigger begins to move. I haven't shot the weapon yet, but I can tell that it's going to come a good ways back before you start to engage the weapon to fire. Not a problem for me. In a matter of life and death situation, I'm not going to worry how much I have to pull, as long as it'll go bang when I do pull it. Alright, moving forward, you have your disassembly latch to disassemble the gun and the weapon, and to be able to do all the proper cleaning. If you want to do some upgrades with springs and whatnot, that would be the location for that. Also, another cool feature with the Taurus is that it comes with some spots, with a place, for some accessories, whether you wanted to put a flashlight on there, or you wanted to do maybe a crimson trace or whatever, a laser system. You have the place to put an accessory on. Now I will tell you, I have a Glock G27 and I don't have that on mine. Not to compare the two, but just saying this one has a place for that. The gun comes with the adjustable 3 white dot system. You can see the rear sight, and then obviously up here at the front sight. One cool thing about that, I'll show you in just a second. Here is also a safety locking system on the weapon, and it comes with a little bag of keys. And with the inside of one of those keys is a almost like a flathead screwdriver key lock. But you can lock this weapon right here. Now that one that I told you what looks like a flathead screwdriver, these are adjustable sights, and on your rear sight, this first slot is almost like a flathead bolt in yonder. So if your wind's blowing or you need to make an adjustment, you can take that tool and make the necessary adjustment for windage, or to zero in your gun if it's shooting a little high, shooting to the left or the right or whatnot. You make the necessary adjustments. The instruction manual also shows you how to do that, in case you don't know. Got your memory pad right here. We already talked about the trigger safety. Now obviously this is your slide. Everybody knows that. Your ejection port, your barrel. So overall, so far, I'm extremely happy with my purchase. This is a budget gun. It's $239. I got it at Bud's Gun Shop. You probably can find it for maybe $229 somewhere if you catch it on sale. Anywhere from that to $250. There's two guns, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, and I'm not no expert on guns, just like I ain't anything else. There's two guns in the budget gun class that I would trust buying. One is the Taurus, one is the Sky. That's the SCCY. They make a 9mm in two different versions, and I think it's called the GPX. I'm not sure. GPX1, GPX2, and then they make a 380. As far as the budget guns, these two are the ones I would trust the most. I don't have a Sky, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I'm extremely happy with the Taurus. I watched a couple of tutorials. I did my research, and a fella did compare the two guns, and he chose the Taurus over the Sky just for a few little things. One of them was because of the accessory feature that it offers. But other than that, he said they were both close. So if you are in the market for a gun, and you're in the market for maybe another concealed gun, or your first gun, the Taurus Millennium G2, I don't think you can go wrong with it. You know, if I'm a fan of Glock, but if you buy 2 or 3 Glocks, let's say you buy 3 Glocks, a G27, which is what I have, and say you buy a G26, which is the subcompact 9mm, or you buy the G42, which is the 380 model. Well, you're looking right away at those 3 weapons. If you own those 3 weapons, you're about $1,500 in, maybe a little bit less. You know, you could buy 6 of these for that, or 6 budget guns for that. But it's just another one, and this is what I was talking about. This little piece right here is what had the slide engaged, so when I opened it up. But it's a budget gun, and I think I did well with it. I like the way it feels. I like the features that it offers. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is take it to the gun range and see what she'll do. So y'all stay tuned. We're liable to just get some on footage. Oh, one other thing I did want to show you now. I won't be able to show you now on account of that ain't loaded. But if you look right there, it's a really cool feature. It's a loaded chamber loaded chamber indicator. And whenever you rack this slide and you got a round in there, that's just going to raise up just a hair. And we'll show you a red dot to let you know, or anyone else know, that that gun is hot and ready to fire. And I'm going to show you a picture of that within the magazine so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you can see that right there, it's what it looks like. That little latch there will just kind of raise up and give you a red indicator that she's hot and ready to boogie. So let's get ready to head to the firing range and see what she'll do. Y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, we're going to test out this 9mm Taurus, shooting at about 10, 12, 15 yards.
That's 300 mag. That's 7 mag.
It's on 6.
That right there is useless. See how the striations are on it? That come out of an HK 91 308. You can't even reload that. You can't do nothing with that. But
oh, I'm glad you told me that.
yep, there's anything that comes. Junk. Hey, you want these? They come out of my door panel. It's all different. That's a CC. That's a remedy. These are, I don't know what.
I'll shoot them right now.
You can try. They may not hit the range pickups probably, but they were in my back door. That way you can see how far the rounds vary. Because I need to bring you some of them coppers.
I saw some. I started to get some yesterday. I had to take my wife to the eye doctor in Charlotte. And well, down at Pineville, really. So we're not that far from Cabela's.
Yep.
And we went in down there.
Alright guys, so first 24, 25 rounds.
Yeah.
Grouping's pretty good. I don't know if you can get a shot, but I'll show you when we close the video out.
They had mini mags out.
Could be better, but first time shooting it. No adjustments to the sights whatsoever, basically right out of the box. So we'll pause the video, reload, and we'll shoot about two more magazines full, and close her out. Alright guys, we're going to shoot about 25 more rounds or so.
When it blows out, you can feel the lines on it. You feel the
That'll be about 25 more rounds to make 50 rounds.
It will not reset.
So far, no malfunction. So far, I'm very pleased with the gun.
Okay. Come on down here.
Well, I'm glad you told me that. Hi. Hello.
You may want to go ahead and get your ears in. We are hot. You shot here before? Okay. I know that's good because you bought it from me. We try.
Oh, that's better.
This time we're gonna go a little more rapid fire.
And
We'll check the rifle once you go down there.
okay.
Do a different, because we'll move you down there for a rifle bay, because everything up here is set up for this.
Let's do some
Every round rifle set up down there.
Yeah.
We'll go cold here in a few minutes, let you hang a target. If any of them are bad, just leave them up there. I'll come get them.
All right.
Good gun, guys. Like the way it feels, like the way it's shot. No problems through 50 rounds. For a budget gun, I don't think you can go wrong with it. Appreciate you. We'll close this video out later on. Alright guys, so I'm just now leaving the shooting complex yonder, and what I'll do in case of any of you want to come and shoot over here, it lives close enough, I'll put the link to their website yonder in the description, so make sure you check the description out in this video. I'll also put their address in there along with it. So I went today to shoot the Taurus straight out of the box. What I did was I shot 50 rounds. I shot 2 magazines with 12 rounds in each. The second time I added the 12 plus the 1 for 13 and 13. So those 26 and the 24 equals 50. My first 24 shots were not bad, but were scattered. I didn't like the grouping, but a lot of it was me and a new gun and not being familiar with it. I just made some adjustments without messing with the sights. And on the second time I shot with the magazines, 12 plus the 1 in the chamber, those groupings were really, really tight. The last 13 shots was just about 1/4 of an inch to the left of where I was aiming at. Not high, not low, it was just a little to the left. Now, I was gonna show you the groupings on the silhouette target, but dadgum, I rolled it up yonder because we went hot. Just as I was getting ready to leave, we went hot, and I had rolled them up and put them in the back of the truck. So you could take my word for it or not, but the second set of shots, 26 rounds, was on point. 50 rounds of the Glock, you know, it was good. I'm comfortable with my Glock. I've shot, you know, thousands of rounds through the Glock. It's not a problem. But yeah, thank you for checking us out. Hey, remember, when you go somewhere, leave it clean. When you go there, they're going to make sure you leave it clean, because they want a safe environment, a clean environment to be able to shoot in. And we want a safe environment to hunt and fish, walk, hike, bike, whatever it is we do. You know how we roll about that. So, you know, keep it clean, pick up your trash. And hope you guys that's fishing, hope y'all catching them. If you're like me and laid up where it's warm, you ain't worried about it. But we appreciate you all. If you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe if you will. We appreciate you. I've seen a few more subscribers come along in just the past couple of days in, and so we tickled to have you, and welcome to the TCBO family. So on behalf of the possum who's at school right now, this is old Jimbo, Team Country Boys Outdoors. Remember, there's sheeps and there's wolves. You be the sheepdog. Until next time, guys.